Young men are financially cooked. Today's men are more financially screwed than an entire generation in history, and it's not entirely their fault. I'm talking about guys in their 20s and early 30s who are drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and making financial decisions that will haunt them for decades, all while thinking they're doing fine. But here's the brutal truth. Most young men today are financially cooked, and they don't even realize it because nobody taught them the basics of money. There are 5 specific reasons why young men are failing financially, and most of these problems stem from a system that sets you up to fail from day one. The good news: there's a 7-step plan that can fix this mess, but only if you're willing to face some uncomfortable truths about where you are right now. I understand what it's like to be a young man in a world that didn't prepare you for financial reality. Today, I'm showing you why young men are financially ruined and exactly what you need to do to fix it. This isn't about blaming you for your problems you didn't create. It's about taking control of the problems you can solve starting right now. I want to start with the first thing that cooks men financially. It's that they aren't financially aware. This sounds stupid, like, oh yeah, like obviously I would know if I'm in debt. Obviously I would know if I'm investing. Obviously I would know if I'm in a good financial place versus a bad financial place. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that finances exist. This sounds really silly because we deal with money every day. However, some men don't deal with money in a good way. They don't deal with money how it should be dealt, and so they just do with money as they please. They spend, and they just don't take accountability for their lives. They sit back, they're passive, they let their money control them, and they let their decisions and their emotions control their money, which basically means money controls them in general. And it's just not good. So overall, they just let the wind direct them. Like, they get tossed to and fro. I'm a spender this much, I'm a saver this month. I invest a little bit here and I gamble the rest, right? I just kind of do whatever. Man, that is not good. Passivity is terrible. You need to step up to the plate and take accountability of your own finances. That's a very masculine thing to do, and it's something a lot of men today are not doing at all, so take care of that. But another reason that they might be financially cooked as well is that they only care about the present. Look, I am all about living in the present. I'm all about enjoying today for what it brings, but we also need to plan for our future a little bit, right? So many guys out there are just getting drunk and gambling and sleeping around and just spending money on a bunch of dumb things, and we have to wake up. We have to wake up. We have to realize that there is going to be a day where we might need money in the future. We might get married one day. We might have kids one day, and we're going to want to have a house. So we're going to want to build up a down payment. We're going to want to retire one day. So we're going to need to build up a retirement fund. We might start a kids fund for our children so they can go to college for free, unlike us, right? Like, I'm not just saying that for me in this situation, but I'm just saying in general, right? And shoot, maybe you do want to travel the world. Maybe you do want to go on vacations, but you're not going to have enough money if you're not investing at all today, and if you're just throwing it all away on stupid things that don't really matter. I hate seeing that, and I don't want that for you watching. And again, we kind of talked about this a little bit, but one of the worst things you can do is get addicted to substances. Substances ruin lives. I'm talking about drugs, alcohol, vapes, nicotine, Zins. You could even go past substances a little bit with just vices in general, but you know what I mean. Most of the time, we just look at those issues as a health problem or a drug addiction, but it's also a money problem too. Famous talk show host Dave Ramsey once said 100% of addicts also have money problems as well, because they need a way to be able to fund that addiction. And if the addiction has a control over their life, then they have no control over the money because they need to spend money on that addiction to fulfill it. Makes pretty good sense. But if you're a young man, the worst thing you can do is play with fire and get addicted to a substance. And I know nobody watching this is like, oh man, I really want to get addicted to something. I obviously know that doesn't happen. However, if you're prone to being a little dependent on those things and it's feeling like it's consuming your life, take a step back from it and just, you don't want to play with fire there. But even if you're financially aware and you care about the future just as much as you do about the present, there's still some further steps that you have to complete, and it's a lot of steps that some men fail on as well, and it's the lack of accountability. Look, I understand, like, there's been a lot of things that are out of your control. Like, you don't get to decide whether you're born into a poor family or a wealthy family, or a family that teaches really great values versus a family that doesn't. You do. You have no control over that. You just kind of spawn in, right? Like, I understand that. However, we can still take accountability for our lives, and a lot of guys fail to do that, right? Again, you're not responsible for the high school education system failing us. Very few schools teach a personal finance class, and fewer of those make it mandatory. I had one in my high school, but rarely anybody took it. So again, for you, you might not have that financial education, but you know that there is good financial education out there, and you just have to go get it yourself. You know that investing might be hard, and like as much as you want to be able to count on Social Security to be there when you retire, it might not be. And so you have to take accountability for what you can and start investing today. You might not have your college paid for by your parents, which is really hard, but you can still take accountability. Maybe still go to college, maybe don't go to college, but find a way to grow a good, solid income that you can live off of and support a family on, right? You have full control over your own spending and your own money. Inflation is crazy, and I understand that. I don't want to live in a world that keeps inflating, but yet here we are and here it is. And so what can you do? You can still make a budget, you can still vow to not overspend, and you can still believe that money is not everything, and you can still find happiness outside of buying things, right? And that's what I'm doing as well. But so many guys, they like to put blame like, oh, the inflation's crazy, housing prices are terrible, women out there are just awful these days, blah, 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 it's not me. Okay, fine, have a mediocre life then. Like straight up, like I'm done playing around, like I'm not trying to be like over dramatic, but seriously, wake up, take accountability, stop being passive. All of these things, like they just lead to detriment. Take accountability for your life. You can be financially free if you decide to be financially free. And then you have to go and put those steps into work, which is hard to do. But again, I'm going through it right now. I'm just like you watching this video, except I know that I'm going to stick to this plan and it's going to work. And you can do the same if you follow these steps. But anyways, I feel like I'm getting way too ranty and over passionate. Let's move on to failing at education, right? I already talked about high school failing us in general. And look, you can't do anything about that. However, you can, like I talked about earlier, take accountability. Learn how to invest. Learn how taxes work. Learn how to use a credit card properly. That is a very, very slippery slope and something I haven't talked about much yet. But if you don't know how to use a credit card properly, you can screw yourself, because some people don't understand how they work at all. They just think it's free money, and then they rack it up, and they're like, oh, I actually have to pay this back? That's crazy. And look, if that's not you watching, hey, good on you, right? Because a lot of us understand that credit cards are not free money, and we do have to pay it back. It's just debt, but some people don't. And so if you are one of those people, that's how credit cards work. But if you are, which most of us do know how credit cards work, there's still other steps of like, oh, like, can I wait to pay this off? No. Like, and at what point can I use enough credit to be able to pay the credit card off before it affects my credit score negatively and positively? Like, what are the parameters of that, right? There's so many things, and I'm not an expert on credit cards. I don't own one yet. I'm probably going to look to be doing that once I get like a real full-time job, and then I'll start building credit. But a lot of us out there don't know how to use credit cards at all. And so if you don't know how to use credit cards, you should not be using a credit card. If you do know how to use a credit card, then hey, you're good. Use it. But like, be very careful, because it's a very, very slippery slope. But again, like I said, there can be education through investing, taxes, debt, compounding, how to buy a house, how to use a credit card, a lot of different things you can educate yourself on. And again, just because the high school system failed us doesn't mean we can't take accountability for our own education. Furthermore, another reason a lot of young men are cooked are just bad life decisions. This looks like hanging out with the wrong friends, marrying the wrong girl, getting some random chick pregnant, drug addiction, gambling. Again, we kind of talked about the vices earlier, but even a simpler concept of just dating the wrong girl. Again, the very extreme to this, which I mentioned, is getting a random girl pregnant that you don't even know and don't have any intention of living with or building a life with. That's a major problem in itself, but I see a lot of men just making bad life decisions of who they're dating, right? Just because you're dating someone, that doesn't mean you have to marry them. That doesn't mean you have to completely combine your life together with this girl. Like, of course not, right? You don't have to do those things. However, there is kind of an issue with dating a girl that just leeches off of you. She takes your money, she takes your happiness, she takes your joy, she takes your time, she takes your ambition of building money, building wealth, and it kind of focuses all of your money to go towards her, assuming once again that this is the wrong girl in this situation, right? The right girl will actually do the exact opposite. She'll build you up, she'll want you to be successful, because if she wants you to be successful, she's going to be in your life in the future, so why wouldn't she want that, right? She also should be fine with cheaper first dates, cheaper second dates, right? Like, you want to figure out if a girl likes you for you and not just your money? Take her on a a date of coffee. If she's there and she enjoys talking to you, then great. But if she's just there and she's like, blah, 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 I thought we were going to go to sushi at a fancy steakhouse, right? Like, okay, well, now we figured out why she's there. She's not there for you. She's for sushi and steak. So break up with her. It's that simple. Again, I feel like so many guys my age are going into these relationships and they just want a girlfriend. They just want to find love and they just want to find someone to take care of. And those desires and those passions are great. I love that for you and you should try to go out there and find that. However, not every girl is looking for those things. Some girls are looking to leech off of you. And I'm not saying all women are evil. I'm not saying all girls are the same like Juice WRLD. Don't get me wrong. But there are bad bunches in the apple bunch, right? So you have to be aware and you have to be careful, but ultimately more than that, you need to be focusing on what you are doing and what you are growing, because until she says I do and until she is your wife, then she's not really tied to your life. And so you need to still take accountability for your own life and not completely cook yourself in general. This goes beyond finances for sure, but it definitely applies financially as well. And again, I'm not going to go through drug addiction or gambling again, but you get the gist. Don't get addicted to the stuff that's just going to drain money from your wallet. That's pretty simple. Some of this is not your fault, and we should live in a culture that doesn't promote all of these things we do. We shouldn't have a culture that revolves around dating apps and Tinder and random women. We shouldn't have a culture that is reliant on alcohol and drugs. We shouldn't live in a world where every time you turn on a sports game, sports betting comes on. We shouldn't live in a world where we go to high school and get no financial education. We shouldn't live in a world with crazy inflation and crazy house prices. I've talked about all of those things. But that being said, we don't have those things, or maybe we do have those things when it comes to like inflation or stuff, right? Like we have a bunch of bad stuff in this world. That being said, we still need to take accountability for what we can take accountability for. I've kind of ranted about a bunch of bad things. However, let me give you a 7-step plan to be able to be financially successful. Step number 1 is to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You're dreaming, you're dreaming, you're dreaming. Okay, that was really stupid. But you get what I'm saying. We need to wake up. Look, the days are passing, the weeks are passing, the months are passing. We're getting older. We need to wake up. We need to realize, hey, yes, is everything around me great? No. Am I super financially successful? No. But we need to wake up and we need to be aware that this is a problem. The first step in figuring all this out is identifying that the problem is even there. And so yes, I see a lot of men being financially cooked. However, most of those men don't even know it. And that's the issue. And so if they don't even know that they're cooked, then how are they supposed to fix it? Again, if you want to look at your life and figure out if you're financially cooked, are you investing? If your answer is no, again, you might not be completely cooked, but it's not a good sign. Are you dating a girl that's leeching from your life? Again, you might not be financially cooked, but it might not be good for you. Are you in debt? Then you're cooked. Are you spending more than you make? Then you're cooked. Do you not know how to budget or save simply? Then you're cooked. When it comes to these small, simple things, if you're not doing those things right, you're cooked. If it's more like arbitrary out there things, you might not be completely cooked, but they're things you need to get around and fix it. And so you just need to identify that those leaks are there and those problems are there, and then be able to progress in this next step of the plan. Step 2 is to take full accountability. Even when it's not your fault, even when prices are high, even when you can't afford a house, even when it seems like you can't find a good girl to date, you need to take accountability. There's a lot of things in this life that are out of my hands, and there's a lot of things in this life that I don't know what to do about and I can't take control over. However, that doesn't mean there aren't things that you can take control over. You can take control what you're spending. You can take control whether you go into debt or not. You can take control of how much you're going to invest and when you can invest. You can take control about delaying gratification now to have something greater in the future. You can take control of so many things in this life, and you need to make sure that you're doing those things. Otherwise, you're going to end up like everyone else around you. And sometimes that's fine, but most of the time it's not great. So go ahead and take accountability. Step number 3 is to build a simple financial system. This is a budget. This is an investment platform setup so you can invest in a Roth IRA. This is planning on not spending more than you make. This is a plan on how you're going to build more income in the future. Just these basic things: saving, investing, budgeting, income, all those things coming together, making a simple plan to build your income and do all those things at a better rate. Again, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be Jeff Bezos combined with Warren Buffett combined with Mark Cuban. You don't need to be the craziest investor, entrepreneur, dad, anything. You don't need to be perfect at all. However, you need to be making sure you're taking right, thoughtful, simple, good steps to becoming better in all those areas. Even if it's not 100% better, even if it's just 1% better, you need to get a simple plan to become better. Otherwise, you don't really know what you're building towards. Step 4 is to learn the basics of money. How does credit work? How does it work when it comes to buying a house? How does it come when I get my free miles and airlines that everybody seems to be talking about? On the flip side, how does it work when I get into debt? Am I actually that screwed? Is the interest really going to be that high? Spoiler alert, yes, the interest is terrible and you're screwing yourself financially if you go into credit card debt. But besides the point, right? Investing, crediting, taxes, houses. There's a lot of things you can go out and learn. There are still things that I haven't really learned. Again, I've heard about all this inflation with housing prices, and some people are saying it's better to rent than own a home, which I'm not completely sold on yet, so I need to do more research into that. And so I'm not going to be talking about that in these types of videos, but I can talk about the things that I already know really good stuff about. And so when it comes to housing, that's something I still need to learn. Again, I'm going to admit to you, I don't know everything financially. I'm still young and dumb. I know a lot about money, but I don't know everything, so I need to keep learning as well. Step number 5 in this plan is to increase your income. Your number one most powerful wealth building tool above investing, above saving, above anything is to increase your income. Because when you increase your income, everything becomes easier. Budgeting becomes easier, investing becomes easier, building wealth in general becomes easier. Making an impact on others becomes easier. So again, it's a really arbitrary thing to say to just go make more money, but there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can start a side hustle, you can try to become an entrepreneur, you can pick up overtime at work, or you can just kick butt and get a bunch of raises at your 9 to 5. You can do a bunch of different things to increase your income, but make an active plan of, hey, how am I going to do this? Am I going to get more certifications through colleges? Am I maybe going to pick up my master's degree when I have more money to spend on an education? Am I going to start a little fun side hustle while I go to work full time? Like, what does this look like? And you don't need to do everything. You don't need to be an entrepreneur and work for a Fortune 500 company and working overtime at that company either. Like, you don't have to do all of that, but pick up one, maybe 2 things, and if you do that over a long period of time and strive for greatness, I see no way in which you wouldn't increase your income. Step number 6 is to fix your environment. And this sounds foo-foo-y, arbitrary, and I'll hear this till the end of time, but it is true. Like, your 5 most closest friends have a major impact on your life. Who you date has a major impact on your life. Furthermore, who you combine your life with and marry has a massive impact on your life. Who are you taking advice from? Are you taking advice from a smart person with their money? Are you taking investment tips from your broke brother-in-law who's telling you to invest all your money into crypto and knows nothing about it? There's a big difference in all these things. Who are you taking advice from? Who are you listening from? And who are you spending most of your time around? Because you're going to become like those people as well. But you also want to make sure that you're taking advice from good people as well. So again, just identifying who's your environment. It also could look like what you're consuming on social media as well, although that's not as big as an impact, but it can still play a little bit of a role here. So you just got to make sure these things work out in a good way so it's building a positive influence around you. And finally, the 7th step in this process is to be consistent. I'm not going to talk about this for long, but it's pretty simple. A lot of people will do this for a day and quit, a week and quit, a year and quit. However, the people that are going to win, the people that are going to succeed, are the people that live out these 6 steps for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and it's the people that are scared of what I've talked about earlier when I talked about what is cooking men financially. So you want to make sure you're doing the right things and not doing the wrong things. Over a long period of time, it's really that simple. If you liked what I talked about in this video, go ahead and leave a like and maybe even a comment down below. And also subscribe to the channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. But if you enjoyed this video, check out another video of mine on your screen right now. I think you're going to love it. Peace out.